I absolutely love Soviet Threat because we get to meet members of the public, it's a living history, we're able to demonstrate different parts of the Cold War that people are only just starting to appreciate now. So it's really important because it's allowing people to see that history, for us to be able to reenact it for them so they can see, for example, how the East Germans were. We've got a little, inside the bunker, we've got an area where we stamp passes. We explain that they can use these to go into West Berlin. So people ask us questions, we're able to talk to them, and it's absolutely fantastic to educate people, but also for us to be able to give something to people and get something back from it. So it's absolutely fantastic for that reason.
I like Soviet Threat because of how accessible and how sort of easygoing and laid back it is. It's nicely organised, it's fairly quiet as events go, and there's lots of like-minded people all just sort of doing their own thing. And it's just nice to be able to put your gear down, set up a camp, and just hang around with decent people. And you know, it's accessible to the public, you can engage with them in a nice way, it's good. And the goulash is nice as well.
It's difficult to pick a favourite thing about Soviet Threat. I'd say it's just the chance to see not only the Soviet kit and so forth that's on display in the bunker, and obviously the Royal Observer Corps stuff, all the Cold War history drawn together, but also the various displays of kit that I don't normally get to see, because I collect British militaria, and both in the museum itself and in the various displays we have out here. We have US, we've got Soviet, we've got Polish, so it's a real chance to come and see various different factions which were involved in the Cold War.
It's just a very relaxed, friendly place. It's incredibly interesting, there's a lot to see, there's quite a bit going on. The staff, they're so friendly, they're very accommodating. The free tea and coffee is fantastic, really take care of the reenactors, even down to providing a meal for you in the evening. It's unheard of. We've been to quite a few living history events and shows around the country, and this is the first one we've ever been offered anything like that, so it's incredibly refreshing and really appreciated that you lay this sort of stuff on for us. So yeah, thank you very much.
I think my favourite thing about Soviet Threat is the amalgamation of all the different east and west sides that come together, because very often, you know, you see Second World War events, you see specific periods, but actually this is a period that lasts over 4 or 5 decades, and you see the plethora of different things that are going on, and they come together to form one major event.
The reason I come to Soviet Threat is I love the event. Second time I've been, and everyone is so welcoming and so friendly, and it's a very nice, close-knit community here, and Jay and Lucy are very, very welcoming and have been very, very helpful with everything.
So, my name's Howard. I'm a Cold War enthusiast and military vehicle enthusiast from Northamptonshire. I chose to come to Soviet Threat because it's the best Cold War event in the country. I go to lots of World War II events, and there's hundreds of those around the country, but there are very few places where you can display your Cold War vehicles in an accurate setting. The museum at Hack Green is fantastic. If you're into nuclear weapons, atomic weapons, ballistic missiles, the Cold War, the social history, it's got everything in this museum that you could want to see and more.
My favourite thing about Soviet Threat is probably bringing the Cold War back to life. Quite a lot of people remember it, quite a lot of people were in it, but this is the unknown secret side of things, or in some cases the opposite, almost enemy opposition side of things.
It's become part of our annual calendar now to be at Soviet Threat. We just love it. We do come and visit sometimes when it's not Soviet Threat. It's lovely to walk around the museum then, but when all the reenactors are here, it just brings the museum to life. It's fantastic.
I just enjoy being here. It's a good place. It's got a lot of good people here, and I love the food, the goulash especially, and there's Goulash the cat, and there's Alfie and Morris the dogs. It's a good place, and you get to meet a lot of good people doing the same sort of things that I'm doing.
Soviet Threat, well, I like everything about it. I like the museum, I like the staff, I like the volunteers. It's just a pleasant weekend, and I enjoy talking to the general public. I like dressing up. And I like to educate people. Hopefully they go away knowing a bit more than when they came in. Hopefully I do too.
I think this is our 5th year now. and I'll always come back. I think it's just a fantastic place, and it feels like second home for most of us.